Hi, I'm Jeff with Precision Replacement Parts. Today I'm going to show you how to install a DWB 311087. Now this will fit a left or a right side of an 87 and 93 Dodge Dakota. You can buy it individually or as a pair. Check our website for complete make, model, year information. Let's get started. Alright, the first thing you'll have to do is remove the screws along the bottom of the trim plate here. Now these tend to get corroded on, full of dirt and rust. So I went ahead and sprayed them with a PB blaster and let them soak for a little bit. And they all broke loose. Now if they don't, what you can do is come underneath here with like a channel locks. You can get access to the bottom of the screw and use that to break it loose in case these heads are stripped off or just too dirty. There's also a couple screws up along the B-pillar here that we'll have to loosen up this trim in order to get the seal off. So let's start here. There's a couple screws on this trim panel you need to at least loosen. Here, here, and here. You have these little plastic rivets that you have to pop out. Sometimes you be careful so they don't go flying. And I'll give you access to the actual screws here. So we got the screws all out on the B-pillar piece here. Normally you can remove this or at least loosen up the trim right here, which will allow this to be much more loose. But the owner actually riveted right here instead of having the screws. So this doesn't allow us to really loosen this up, but we'll work around that. Then, all right, next up is a pillar piece right here. Now this is kind of clipped on, so you can just pull it down a little bit until it comes off. You can let it hang there. Or in this case, we'll take it off so we can kind of more easily show you what's going on. All right. Alright, set that out of the way. Now there's one other piece you have to do. Down here, the kick panel, there's one screw that you need to remove right in the center here, which I already loosened up. And then that allows me to take it out. So there's the screw that you'd have to remove. Now that gives us full access to the seal. Alright, to remove the old one, we're just going to kind of pull up here, get it off the flange. And you notice that the seam's right over here from the factory, so that's where we'll put the new seam when we put the new seal on. Just keep pulling it off the flange here. Now because we couldn't take this trim panel completely off, I'm going to use my Weatherstrip installation tool and kind of come behind here and kind of pry that trim just enough to get this seal out. It gets kind of tight here. Alright, I'm going to keep going here. And ready to install a new one. Alright, going to go ahead and put the seam down here. It's like the OEM one. We're going to keep working our way around. One thing that's critical is in the corners. Make sure you're pushing the seal into the corner all the way to get it properly seated. This is critical for the overall fitment of the part. Keep going here. Again, we got the corner here, so we're going to make sure we push it all the way in. And when we get down to the bottom, you'll see that it's too long. That's by design. So what you're going to have to do, we'll show you how to cut it. All right, so you got your cutters. And you're going to want to cut about 1 inch longer than you think you need it because you'll push it back onto itself. So I got to mark my thumb here. There's going to be some metal in here. You got to try to cut between the metal. I'm going to go ahead and put the two ends together. It's going to look a little long, but we'll work it back, and we can actually push this one back too, give it some more room like this. So you got it all in there. Now you just need to put the trim back in the reverse order that you took it off. Alright, get all the other trim back in, all the screws, all the covers back in. So the last piece we got is our rocker trim here, which we'll put in.
You can just go ahead and stand up and close the door.
Yep. and you're done.